Right, morning skimmers.
You're not saying that.
It's the May tool giveaway and Q&A. Obviously, everyone's here to watch the Q&A, but at some point we will give these.
Yeah, we might.
I know people don't care about that.
Yeah.
They actually want just to know. They actually want to ask us stuff. They want to know his responses. But in the meantime, at the end, don't fast forward by the way. But at the end, we will just give some tools.
Well, it might not be at the end. It might be middle.
Yeah. Keep them guessing.
Yeah.
The reason this video is a bit late, the reason it's late is we are so busy at the moment. I've never been this busy before. It's insane. I'm sure other plasterers are probably having the exact same thing right now. I don't know what's going on, but everybody
crazy.
Is just wanting to get work done.
By
like
us.
a lot.
By us.
By us specifically, it seems. But I'm sure there's others out there that's probably feeling this as well.
Maybe not as many. I mean,
well, we know a couple who aren't, but
yeah.
But like, I know that a lot of people, it's getting really busy, and I mean, it's great, we're not complaining, but to try and sit down and film a video for half an hour when we need to be doing jobs is just, there's not much time. I almost did this video on my own last night because I was like, I don't even know if we're going to have time, but...
We might be expanding, maybe, maybe.
I've already got one goon, might be getting a second.
Whoa! Hey, there's only one goon in this relationship.
Well, I'm just saying that I've got a goon, and I might be doubling up my goons.
Doubling your goon squad?
Yeah. This one, not as big a response, but...
I haven't had a look at any questions.
Prize is way smaller. Okay, well I'll hit you with them then, because we can go right from the beginning.
Go.
What are your thoughts on speed skims? I think
if we look at the top half of this house...
Oh yeah, we're at a job at the minute and someone's used a speed skim upstairs, and it's a terrible job.
In places, it's fine.
Yeah, they've got patches that are alright, but it looks shit, and it's got this like...
There's just lines where you can see that they've used speed skim.
All over it. They obviously didn't know how to use one. There must be a right way to use it.
They've used it way too late.
Yeah,
so that it's just leaving the lines in.
I mean, we don't use them. Some people, apparently they're really good, and I think we'll probably do a video where we try them out.
Yeah, I think we will get...
Yeah, to mess around with, but the thing is, if you've never used them and you've not been shown how to use them, you don't know the timings, and we're so used to using as trials, and we're so good at it.
Well,
no, but
I'm good at it.
Well, have you guys tried stilts, and if so, would you recommend them?
Ooh.
Well, we've got an interesting video coming up.
They're not stilts.
They're not stilts, but I've got a product to try out, which is somewhere between some stilts and buckets.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much upside down buckets at your feet.
But so far, it seems pretty interesting.
I haven't used them. I've stood on them.
I had a quick go.
Nearly fell off, nearly died, shit myself, took them straight off.
But I've never personally used stilts, and neither of you.
I have. I've ran on them.
Have you tried them?
I've ran on them.
Fair enough.
Probably not the smartest idea I had. But...
Probably not. Hi guys, I learnt a lot from watching the live stream. Just wondered the best system for putting on a big ceiling or big high walls on your own. Working off hop-ups, not scaffolding or stilts. Also, how much to mix up and whether to use the same mix for two coats or to use for two separate mixers. Also, your thoughts on the effectiveness of extra time additive. I've been getting a lot of big ceilings lately and struggling from start. That's from Lewis Sproston. Okay.
We'll talk about the mix first, like using the same coat for the second one. If you're wanting it to go off faster, then yes. If you're not, if you're wanting more time, like you're saying you're wanting to use extra time and it's going off, always use a separate mix.
Separate mix
for the second coat.
Definitely, you get way extra time from that. And then the additives extra time, I find is great. I used it recently.
I've not used it. I've not used any of them yet.
I used it on two big Artex ceilings, and I had a day where I needed to finish it. I have a half a day, so I'd usually have done it one per ceiling because they were quite big, one per gauge rather. But chucked a bit of extra time in both of them, and I was waiting for it. I'm actually way ahead, so it's my ring doorbell. So yeah, that's oh my god. Zoltar says handboard. Never heard it called that before, and he's put Hawk in brackets.
Well,
so best bucket to mix in.
Heard both.
Yeah, and I think. We know it's
we know it's a hawk. Yeah, we just call it handboard.
Yeah, just like we know that a bucket trowel's called a bucket trowel, we call it a gauger.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things.
It's just, you pick up things from different plasterers, don't you? The ones that you work with.
Yeah, some people call these things. Some people call these things twitchers.
Yeah.
How the hell do they call this a twitcher?
It's an angle tool.
And some people call them corner trowels.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
I mean, it
makes sense.
It does say corner trowel.
I think it is actually a corner trowel.
Yeah.
So he says, Zoltar says, best bucket to mix in. Personally, I go for the Gorilla Tubs, nice and easy to get at.
Ooh.
We do the same, don't we?
Rhino?
Yeah, that's what they are. The big
Gorilla tubs.
Gorilla tubs, the Rhino tubs. We use them. We use them anyway. But we've not really tried the tall tubs. We used to when we worked on site and stuff. I find the tall tubs are good if you're emptying it out onto a spot board.
I'm not keen on moving for that. It's easy enough to just pick up a Rhino tub up.
Yeah. So we just use the big.
We are considering getting a bigger tub now.
Yeah, one of the larger ones because we just use it so quick. We're always having to mix up and it breaks up his gauge a little bit, but.
Now with maybe 3 of us.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be even more.
Yeah, it might be the better.
We'll have to mix up 2 tubs.
Yeah, we are. I'm gonna take one in there on me today.
Nash Haynes says, "When would you say is the best time to use angle trowel?" Do you want to answer that one?
Not after the first coat.
Well,
you do.
I do after the first coat.
Not on reveals.
But not the reveals because I find that wet reveals. I always put reveals on last, so it's too wet.
So wet.
And besides, when you want to reveal, you kind of get a straight angle anyway. Just
and after the first coat, just go steady with the angle tool. You don't need to carve it out.
Yeah,
nice and soft.
So maybe between the first trowel and second trowel.
If you're not confident, do it after the second coat. Yeah.
Yeah, and then between every trowel at the end, once you've troweled it up, angle tool, or before the start of the trowel, is usually probably the best way because you want to let it go a bit.
Yeah, but not too much. So you gotta stay on top of it.
And then I always finish angle tool cross, and then that's it. Brush in. This is Simon Inelli. Hi guys, what's your best prep for reskim on older walls? High suction in regards to PVA ratio, blue grit. Any other tips on this would be great.
PVA ratio, I do 50-50. Well,
we do.
I do 1-on-1. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about 1-on-1. A blue grit.
I've got one of the old add blue tubs, haven't I? I put the whole tub of PVA into the add tip blue and then fill the rest.
Blue grit's good if you've got really dodgy walls.
If you've got time. As well,
blue grit.
If you're on the job more than one day, it's fine. If you're just on the job for a day, you can't blue grit. There's no way. You can't skim onto wet blue grit. No. I mean, I wouldn't want to.
No, you wouldn't want to. Robert Ashton says, "Hello. What is the best way to deal with salt contamination? To treat with a product or strip the wall off, and what causes contamination?" I think salt actually comes. It's a mineral that comes out of the brickwork. I think. And usually you get it from. When there's damp,
it's like a white powdery.
Yeah, and if there's a damp source, you usually get it. One good way of dealing with that is you can get a product called, what's it called?
Bitumen. No. Don't use bitumen.
Dry coat. See, British Gypsum do a product called dry coat. If you strip it back, you can tank it, put a coat of dry coat on,
and
and then you skim it with board finish there, which is weird. I don't know why, but that is what you have to skim it with. That's what they recommend anyway. Tam says, "Do you use the angle trowel?" Flat to the wall, or do you run it down the corner angle, letting the tip of the trowel do the work for the best result? You kind of find a happy medium. You kind of want it to almost be...
You actually do push more on one side though.
Yeah.
Push on one wall, I don't know why, you just do.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
If you're pushing in the corner, if you're on board, you're always going to hit the tape, you're always going to hit the wall on the reskims. You can't really force it into the angle.
You don't go flat as in you don't put it...
Flat so to the whole trowel's
touching.
It's just the edge
touches.
Yeah, so you normally end up pushing on one side more than the other. Obviously not too much, so it creates like a bump. Honestly, once you've been using it a while, you do get a feel for it.
Yeah. James Coots. That's a cool name. James Coots says, "Hi guys, what's your thoughts on medium flexibility trowels? I have a nailer, but only use it in sponge float plastering to take down the sponge marks."
I've had the nailer. I'm not keen on. Well, I was keen on it. I thought it was brilliant, but then when you go to different trowels, you think they're brilliant. So it kind of knocks them back. Obviously, I haven't tried them all.
I think that maybe a medium flex trowel would be good for the. I don't know for second. Trowel. I know because you really want a stiff first trowel, and then we go stiff, and then we go flexy second and cross. So
I mean, if you're putting on flat.
Yeah, I suppose if you're flattening it in as you're putting on an all, then maybe you could go.
If you're putting on flat, obviously, because we put on quite flat compared to some plasterers.
Oh yeah. Some just chuck it on, don't they?
So some do, and then they go over it with
speed skim. Sponge. Martin Drury says, "Great videos. How did you learn to do the silicone renders? Was it taught as part of apprenticeship, or is it self-taught?" When I did the silicone render, to be honest, I've only done it a couple of times, and it's all just from reading and watching YouTube videos. Actually, I've just picked it up that way. You can just read online, and you can read the manufacturers have quite comprehensive guides as to how to do it. But really, it's a bit weird because you kind of need to go on a training course to do it.
I mean, I've done the Monocou's quite a few times.
Yeah, Yeah. So that's another one. You don't really they don't teach it in apprenticeships. So you just have to go maybe do a training course. But ideally, if you understand how to render with sand and cement a little bit, you'll kind of get
the consistency of putting it on.
And
stuff like that. That's not a problem. It's just the rubbing up and that you could do with somebody showing you.
Yeah, they kind of have like a method.
I mean, if anybody wants to show us or anything like that, we don't mind. Well, obviously. We're not experts at render.
No. There's quite a few things that we sometimes get criticised. I mean, we did the video about floating and setting. We are not like we were trained on site. Well, at least I was trained on site, and
I was trained in domestic.
You were trained in domestic,
but I went on site.
And when you're working on site, you never do float and set. Almost never. Like the only float and set I'd ever really done by being trained was to do like in college doing the sand and lime walls. But the problem is with them is that it's not really a great. It's just a really controlled environment. So as we've gone on, we've kind of picked things up as we go. We don't claim to be the masters at everything. We definitely know. If someone's watching us do something, you're like, I know a better way to do that. Let us know, because we're always learning, aren't we? Always willing to change as methods. Joe Dainton says, my question, is it important if a plasterer is qualified or not? I did my apprenticeship and went to college to get my paperwork, CSCS card and MVQ. As the time served, as they say. Some of the guys I've worked with in the past have not been qualified, but just self-taught from labourers. Well,
domestic-wise, you don't really need.
No, I mean
qualifications.
You don't really learn. Everyone knows that you don't really. The qualification doesn't say that you are. Good. It doesn't really say that you're capable. All it says is that you've been through this process of. It's kind of like a bit of an authenticity, a stamp of authenticity to say that you didn't just.
And just come into your house and.
You didn't just one day buy a van and say I'm a plasterer. It's kind of that's what it kind of protects you against. But I did my apprenticeship I was supposed to finish it in 2008, and the housing market crashed.
Jesus
about
Christ.
2 months. I know it's quite old. But the housing market crashed just before I finished mine, and I was unable to complete it because the company that I was with got rid of everyone. So I then went and so I'd basically done a 2-year apprenticeship, but didn't have the qualifications, and I then went like 10 years. Well, 8 years or so without one, and then I had to get someone out to site to do it for me, just to certify it. And when I say out to site, because I'm domestic, you don't really need the qualifications, but I ended up deciding probably best to have them.
Yeah, I've got mine.
Yeah, you've got yours.
I've got level 3.
So I think, even though it's not super.
I wouldn't say it's helped me in any way.
No, I mean,
obviously showing what you can do and actually doing the job is more important than any piece of paper.
Yeah.
It is also handy to have it because some people do like people that are qualified. And if you're good and you're qualified, you're definitely more likely to get the job.
And it makes you look better when you. It also makes
you can put it in the van. It makes people feel better that they're having somebody that's like qualified, that they've got paper to say that they can do it. I mean, it doesn't mean you can do it, but exactly. You're not going to go through the trouble of getting a qualification and not really being able to do it. It's just there's no point.
Time served plasterers, some of them have been some of the best plasterers I've ever seen.
I know some time served plasterers that are way better than a lot of people that are qualified. And
everyone knows. Here's the thing: the thing you have to remember with qualifications is an apprentice who's been plastering for 2 years could be fully qualified, and I could be fully qualified after been doing it for 11, 12 years, and we are not the same. Like there's no. Obviously, experience plays a massive role. No one's going to look at a 2-year apprentice and say, "Oh, they are just as good as someone who's been doing it."
Like you say, if you were trying to take another plasterer on, the first thing that he would look at would be his actual work. He wouldn't look and say, "Oh, are you qualified? Have you got this? Have you got that?" He would genuinely say, "All right, come and trial. We'll have you for a week. We'll see what you can do."
Yeah.
And then obviously he'd find out if you're qualified and stuff like that. It's
exactly. And
you're more bothered about what they leave, how they present themselves and stuff like that. So if you're a good plasterer and you know you're good and you present yourself in a presentable manner, you're not rude or anything like that, more people are going to hire you over your work than if you've got a piece of paper.
Yeah, I agree. Flecko 8886 says, what's the best way to start learning? I guess just start, innit? Start doing it. Labour in you.
Honestly, you've got to be able to labour before you can plaster. If you can't labour for a plasterer, you're not going to be able to do it yourself.
I found something out recently, check this out. I think the word apprentice means, or apprenticeship comes from like a an old Latin phrase which means to apply heat and pressure. And I was like, that's actually kind of appropriate.
Yeah.
Because an apprenticeship or being a labourer is like, it's like if you can't handle the heat and pressure of that, you can't be the thing.
I would honestly say you need at least a year's worth of
hard labour.
Just straight labouring.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Before you can even... I wouldn't want anybody to go on the trial without being able to mix and getting every mix pretty much right. Obviously, we know everybody makes mistakes and stuff like that, but to a good consistency before they get on trial. It's just common sense.
Yeah, I'd say
I did an apprenticeship where I was labouring, then I started putting on, and then he got other plasterers in, and it knocked me back out. I went back to labouring, but you've got to also know your place. You've got to know people are going to be better than you. If you can labour for 3 or 4 people and keep them going, you're more valuable than someone that can put one wall on.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, because they are... Yeah, it's...
If you can keep the mix going and you know that they can put way more on than you, if you're keeping them going, it's better than you.
Yeah, good labour is invaluable.
Oh, 100%.
So good. So they bring so much. You can really make yourself super valuable as a labourer, and you can make it so that you actually... the plasterers can't afford to get rid of you. You can make it like that, which is once you've done that, you've got a job for life as bare minimum. Then you can only go forward. That's
what makes it good for us because we don't mind labouring. I will labour all day if I need to.
Yeah, we'll labour.
It's one of them things.
We were born labouring.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean,
we learned how to labour before we did anything plaster-wise, didn't we? So
I would always recommend somebody to not try and rush into putting on. Just concentrate on what they're telling you to do at the start. If they're wanting you to labour. If they're wanting you to put some on and someone else labour, then fair enough.
Yeah.
Go all at it, but
yeah, that's it.
Just don't complain. You eventually you will get to the point where they're going to get somebody else in or leave or something, but then you can concentrate on stuff like that. But I'd just say labour and don't push your son.
Don't run before you can walk.
That's
really,
it, yeah.
But yeah, just if you're labouring, you're around plastering, you'll just absorb the information, and then from there you can only learn more and more and get better and better. So, Katie Jordan. Don't know who she is.
Who's that?
Katie Jordan said, most embarrassing moment on a job.
Ooh, oak staircase.
Was that embarrassing or?
Oh yeah, customer in house and everything. That were embarrassing.
Yeah, that is pretty embarrassing.
I mean, it was a obviously tool malfunction, but it was embarrassing. I mean, a brand new oak staircase, the bucket handle snaps, and it just literally goes all over the oak staircase.
That would have been terrible.
Most embarrassing is probably coming off a up and stepping fully into a bucket of water.
Oh yeah, that's always bad.
I mean, it didn't even spill. Obviously, it come over the edges, but it didn't knock it over. And my foot was just in the bucket. It was just drenched.
Well, mine's probably. I mean, recently I fell down the stairs, didn't I? That was pretty embarrassing.
Were you stood on the sheet and went?
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's been some.
Oh, there's multiple. That's just me thinking off my head. I mean, there probably is way more embarrassing.
Not long ago, I went to the toilet on a job, and the person whose house it was trying to open the door, and there was no lock, so I got my foot wedged against the back of it, and it was like banging it. That was pretty bad because you don't want to be like, I'm in here. Yeah. Excuse me, and like, oops, sorry. That's what they end up doing. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's all right. I mean, that's pretty embarrassing. It's awkward when you come out. You're like, yeah, sorry, I was just having a turd. He was trying to break my doors down. Connor Sheeran says, are you both stoners?
Well, we're both not going to answer that.
The less said about that, the better.
Yeah. I mean, we're not saying we are. We're not saying we're not.
Can neither confirm or deny?
No, it's just no comment.
Yeah, no comment on that one. I mean, all I'll say is this. Each to their own.
Yeah.
What don't kill you makes you stronger.
I don't judge people.
Yeah, all things in moderation.
That's it, yeah, just...
Even moderation. Simon said, I didn't win last time, so with a lot of luck I think I might this time. Question, is sponge floating a good idea for everyday plastering?
Not every day.
No, I think sponging
extreme
is...
circumstances.
Super dry walls and that sort of stuff. Okay, we're going to have to start speeding them out because we need to get started today. We actually have a job to do. So.
Yeah.
Samuel Carroll says, why do Americans never plaster and just mud and tape the joints over what they call drywall? I don't know.
Looks the crap.
Yeah, they just don't have as...
They're just not as skilled.
Yeah. I mean, they literally paint the paper.
Yeah.
Of the board.
I don't know.
Idiotic, to be honest. But
where the screw boards in, they're just going...
Yeah, they just cover the screws
they
up. Yeah, that's it.
Scrap.
Stupid. Mark Pert says, hey guys, awesome videos. I wondered, don't you ever use speed skims at all or plastic trowels for the finish?
I think we've already...
we've already answered the speed skim, but we used to use plastic trowels.
Yeah, they just get too many nicks.
Yeah, it's so easy to damage them, and then they're basically ruined. You have to change the blade. And Simon Isherwood says, I've just go self-employed. I don't know.
I've just gone self-employed.
Just got self-employed. So anything free is good with me. Any advice would be a very big help. Well, I would say just
take it every day as it comes.
Yeah. Just keep going. Don't get too stressed. Save money for your taxes. Please save money for your taxes, Simon. Is it Simon? Yeah, Simon Isherwood. Please. Do not.
Yeah,
make
or you're gonna have
mistakes.
to get a goon that comes in and saves your ass.
Yeah, do not. Just make sure you don't save money as well, and also don't take every penny you earn out of the company, which is probably the same thing as save your taxes. But you've got to try to build up something. Take out as little as you can afford to take out. Let the company grow a bit, because people just...
You need a float.
Yeah, they have a good week and they'll take all that money out, and then they have another good week and take it all out, and then eventually
they've got no
money, and then the tax bill comes and they've spent it all. It's just a nightmare. Just try and be sensible, and you should be all right. In third place, who gets one of the brand new Ragni angle tools.
Yep.
Is...
I'll sign it if you want.
We're not signing it.
Oh.
You can just write... I don't know.
What's that catchphrase? We haven't even got a catchphrase yet, have we?
Yeah, right, skimmers.
No!
Okay, so in third place is Lewis Sproston. Okay, so Lewis gets a Ragni angle tool.
Yep.
Lewis asked the question about working on big ceilings and about extra time adding the additive and whatnot. So Lewis will get one of these. If you get in touch with us, Lewis, just send it. I'll put my email address somewhere. Where is it? There. That's it.
Where?
Wait, it's moving on your face. It's on your face. So, if you send me an email, just saying with your address and your details, I'll get that sent out to you. In second place is...
Who also gets
another Ragni angle
just
tool.
one, not two. That's third prize. Second prize
is Joe Dainton. So Joe asked the question about whether or not it's important for someone to have the qualification.
Yep. And the email address that you have to use is right.
Whoa. Okay, it's on my face.
No, it's not. It's near. Look.
Just that. Okay, so same email address.
Yeah.
So you just send us your details and we'll get that sent out to you. And now for the main prize, the Big Ox handboard and the combination of handboard and angle tool. So that one goes to, drumroll, Biz Plus ad.
Get your business found with Biz Plus. We do everything from website and graphic design to marketing services, including search engine optimization, Google and Facebook ads. We're a 5-star rated company featured as excellent on Trustpilot, with over 50 happy customers. Click the link below to book in a free call to see if we would be a good fit for you. Biz Plus, putting the plus in your business.
It's Flecko 886. So if Flecko wants to give us...
Big Fleck.
He asked, what's the best way to start learning? I think that's the most important question, because a lot of people...
We need more people in the plastering game.
Yeah, we do, and it's important to encourage. So if he wants to start learning, he can now start.
Yeah.
He's got what he needs, except for a trowel.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a trowel in.
You need to commit a bit.
Yeah.
You need to put a bit in. Like, we can't give you everything.
Can't give you everything. I mean...
Yeah, so Flecko, whatever your real name is,
Big Fleck.
Get in touch, Big Fleck. Just send me your details. Email address is on Kai's Nips. Just send your details through, and we'll get that sorted out. But I think that's everything.
That's
so
it. We need to start.
We do need to start. So thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Cheers for
entering.
Yeah, remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Last time we threatened people, and we got way more subscribers. So I'm not going to threaten anyone this time.
This time. Tell your mum. Tell your mum she better subscribe.
Yeah, we need more mums.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We've got a very male-dominated audience, so we're like 9% female.
I mean, I know
91% male.
We're not the best looking, but
yeah, or maybe we just are very attractive to gays.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. See ya.